it was all over the news. They slept with one of the students, because it's supposed to be, all Hindu Pandits are supposed to be practice celibacy. They can never marry. Because according to them, if you want to get mukti or nirvana, you have to stay away from every earthly desire. Every desire, carnal desires, take you away from God. You cannot have any desire. You have to get pure. That's why pure, so that means no girl, no food, nothing should be able to attract you. You should be just in a state of nirvana. That's you and God, right? So, but it's not practical, right? If you're a guy, you're a guy. If you're a girl, you're a girl, right? So anyway, so he did something wrong. So everybody's after him. Oh, I thought he's Bhagwan, he did this. So that also was a good excuse for me. So I was like, why did you hold him in a high pedestal? That now he falls, you feel bad, right? He's a human after all, right? So that was we talked about this. So my point is, so those are good areas. You can ask these questions. Sometimes you can ask questions and act as if you don't know and let them answer it. The more they answer, the more they start realizing how stupid it sounds, right? So like my co-worker, my manager actually, we were sitting at a dinner and it was Dasera time. Dasera. Do you know Dasera? Yeah. You know what they do in Dasera? They worship everything that exists. They worship the laptop. They worship the computer. They worship everything. I'm not literally joking. If there's a camera, they'll worship the camera. They'll put a flower around it and they'll worship the camera. Everything they worship, everything on the day of Dasera, right? So I asked him, so like, okay, can you explain me what this Dasera is? And I was like, what is the beginning of it? He told me. And as he was saying, he started seeing how stupid it is. Then he said, yeah, it doesn't make sense, I know it, but we just do it because of you. So I didn't even say anything. Ask him questions, make him think, really, okay, what is this reason? What about this? Okay, makes sense. What about this? Ask him. The more they say, the more they start thinking how, because they also suffer, smart people, right? When they say this, they know how stupid it is, right? They start thinking. Like another Chinese guy at my work. I asked him like what they worship. The fat guy, they sit and with big belly and they worship in the Chinese people, right? I asked him, can you tell me the history behind it? He started telling me. And then he started laughing. The more he started saying, I was asking him more questions, he started laughing and laughing. He said, it sounds absurd, right? I was like, yeah, you believe, I'm just asking you. Yeah. So basically when they say it, they know it's absurd, right? Just ask him, act as if you don't know, let them say, and ask him more questions. So there's not any violation you're doing, but all you're doing is making him think. And that's what he can do. So this is what also about monotheism. Tell them about the scripture. Do you know this verse? What do you say about this verse? Makes sense, right? Can you explain it to me? Why do you not believe in this kind of a question? You can ask innocent questions. I cannot be innocent anyway. But this is what we are saying. So now it says, the entire world is embedded within and managed by one and only one, Ishwar. Ishwar, you can say Ishwar, Allah, Bhagwan, and never dare to do any justice or desire riches through unjust means. Instead follow the righteous path and enjoy His bliss. After all, He alone is the source of all bliss. Yes, He alone is the source of all bliss. All khair comes only from La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Everything comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's what this verse is very clearly saying. Now let's go to the Rig Veda, next verse. I shouldn't say verse, next sloka, right? Anyway, so Ishwar alone is omnipresent. Like, so they say, the Hindus will tell you, Bhagwan is everywhere. Bhagwan is everywhere, yes, but they say he is within you, right? That's not what it is. So alone is omnipresent and manager of entire universe. He alone provides victory and eternal cause of world. All souls should look up only to Him. In same manner as children look up to their father, He alone provides for sustenance and bliss. Isn't it clear? It talks about one God. It's not talking about like 10 deities or anything. And there are many different verses like this. So let's go see a few more. It's another Rig Veda verse. Ishwar enlightens the entire world. He alone is undefeated and undying. He alone, that means others do die. He alone is undefeated and undying. He alone is the creator of the world. All souls should seek bliss through seeking knowledge and acting thereupon. They should never shun the friendship of Ishwar. And again in Rig Veda. You can remember these verses. You don't have to remember this verses. If you have this, like I keep what I do, I have a notes, like Google Notes. If you have Samsung, if you have iPhone, you're out of luck, throw that. But anyway, that's a different problem. If you have Samsung, you have notes. So in that, he can, there is something called Keep or something. I put all these verses and all just there, Or I can even put a reference link. If you want to talk to someone, just click on that link, it opens, make it easy for you. So when you can just ask, can you explain me to this verse, what does this verse mean? And usually for the English translation, you can rely on Sir William Jones' translation. For monotheism, he puts the original translation for the monotheism ones. For Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he'll do different translation. That's a different problem. Yeah, but these ones you can take it from him. I have taken this from, actually I didn't even take from these. All these translations, I took it from Vedantic Hindu websites. So it will be as authentic as it gets, right? It's not a Muslim. Sadat Nomani, Zakir Naik, they have translated it. I didn't get this. All these translations I got from their Hindu websites who are Vedantic, who are Vedic Hindus, who believe in monotheism. It's all from that source. So you can do the same thing, find that and go to that source and show it from them, right? Okay, this is what your Vedic Hindus believe in. What do you say about this kind of a thing? Yes, Zaid.
What's the Ishwar?
Ishwar. Ishwar, Zaid is asking what is Ishwar. Ishwar is actually God. Like say in English God, Ishwar is God. Ishwar. Okay, that's what Parameshwar is the main God. Right? Because they believe in God, goddess, demigods, and a small God and a big God. Subhanallah. Yes.
So Ishwar applies to all the religions?
Yeah, this is Veda. All the Hindus believe in Veda except the people who are like Jains and all. But all the other Hindus, they all believe in Veda and they believe in the religious book. But the weird thing is, they all believe it's the book, which is the original book, but nobody can read it except the Pandits. Right? Even there is the Hare Rama Krishna guys, they come to Union Square. The Arjun, the guy who comes there, he gave me this book, read this book. I said, I read your books. So he said, okay, read this book. I said, this is not your book. I said, what is your book, my book then? I said, where is the Veda? He said, you cannot understand it. I said, says who? He said, no, you won't be able to understand it. I said, okay, how do you decide that? Right? Let me decide it. He said, no, you have to read this book first and then come to a Swami. He'll teach you Upanishad. After many years, when he sees you're ready for it, then he teaches the Veda. This is the very weird thing. In India also, when I was, when I started practicing, there are people, some Muslim scholars, they would tell me, oh, don't read the translation of the Quran, you cannot understand it. Like, who are you to decide that? Subhanallah. Like, of course, that doesn't mean that any person can start giving fatwas from Quran. I'm a layman. I agree, of course, to do exegesis and to understand the Quran deeply and come up with rulings and all. I have to have a certain level of knowledge. For that, we need ulama. They are the experts, they learned Arabic and all, they know Quran, Hadith. They can deduce for the laws, yes. For understanding, if you want to build the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anybody can read the Quran and understand it, right? That's the thing. That's what the Hindus do. They tell you, oh, Vedas, no, it's beyond you. You will never understand it. Why? Because, if you read it, you'll get the facts. If they want you to get it, right? That's the problem. So that's why Ishwar means God. And this is a common thing. Every Hindu believes in Parameshwar and Nirankar. And there's also another verse which says, Param Parameshwar ki sambhuti nahi hai. Like there's nothing like God on this earth. Nothing like God, which Allah says, There's nothing like God, right? There's nothing. So which is what even the Hindu belief says that. They can tell them, Parameshwar ki sambhuti nahi hai. There's nothing like God. Right? So how can you have mithal? Wallahu al-mathalul a'la, right? There's no mithal, there's no example. Nothing is like Allah, right? That, subhanAllah, that لا تدرك الأبصار وهو يدرك الأبصار, that we can even never comprehend. He's beyond. ولا تخالطه الظنون. That we can even imagine. It's beyond our comprehension. Only thing we know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like what Rasul said, right? Allahumma la usti thanan alayk anta kama athayta ala nafsik. We know His praise and attributes from what Allah told us. That's it. We don't know beyond that. We cannot go by comprehension and understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so they also have the same thing. They believe that. Okay, this is what Rig Veda was, 1048.5. We talked about that. And the next one, 1049.1. Ishwar alone provides true knowledge to truth seekers. He alone is promoter of knowledge and motivates virtuous people into noble actions to seek bliss. He alone is a creator and manager of the world. Similar concept. Hence never, see this part, this is very important, right? Read this part. Hence never worship anyone else except one and only Ishwar. How much? So ask them, that's why one Vedic Hindu was arguing, or even you'll see he's very active on, what's his name, Reddit and many of the forums and all. He always goes and tells people, don't go to any temple. Why? He says, he quotes this. He cannot worship anybody but one and only Ishwar. Now, subhanAllah, I'm trying to contact him, become Muslim, man. That's like, and there's no temple that worships only one Allah, one God. The only place you can worship one Allah is come to the masjid, you'll see it. But this is very clear, you can use this. Hence, never worship anyone else except what? One and only one Ishwar. Right? It's like it cannot be anything clearer than that. So it's about worship also. So because nobody can say, like people say, like even the Kuffar in Makkah said, what did they say? Many Hindus say that, right? I'm not worshipping this. I just feel that these are what? Shifa, like they will do.
It's a way to
Yes, way to God, right? It's not, this is a different path. I still believe in one God. So, but you can say, no, your Veda says you cannot do that. You cannot worship anything but one. If you want to worship him directly. Why do you need to worship this beam or this whatever deities you have, Ganpati, whatever, to reach Bhim, reach Bhagwan, reach Ishwar directly. And Allah. So, mashallah, jazakallah khair, brother. Mashallah. Jazakallah. Because he opened the door for my mom, so I was saying that. Anyway, alhamdulillah. May Allah reward him. Okay, so this is about worship. It's very clear. And actually, there is a very good movie. I'm not trying to ask you to say go and watch a movie, but there's a movie which came about recently from Amir Khan. Amir Khan has a good influence recently, but anyway, they made a movie called PK. Right? If anybody, many of the Hindus have watched that movie, right? And he gives a very good concept in that movie to thought. And the two Hindu writers and Amir Khan, their plan was to make people think, right? And the whole concept of movie is about this, that all these people, all the temples and Dargah and everybody, they're all doing business with you. They're trying to get money on the name of God from you. They're trying to make money because it has no truth in it. Truth is directly go to God. You don't need to go to anybody. So he doesn't deny God. He says, go to God directly. All these people, they're trying to deviate you away from God, right? So this also, some Hindus who are getting into that, say, watch that movie, PK, think that will make you go think that what actually is happening. They're trying to trick you into getting some benefit from you, but there's no truth in there, right? See the time. Oh, what time is it? We till
4:30.
4:30, right?
4:35.
4:35. What time is Maghrib?
10 minutes.
In 10 minutes. Okay, inshallah, let's break up then, inshallah. Let's make wudu and break up. It's better to be not bizarre. After salah, we'll continue again, inshallah. Just a few more verses, and then if we have time, we'll continue with Sikhism also after that, inshallah. But, Mama? Sorry. Inshallah, after this, inshallah, after Maghrib, we'll continue.